My boss thought firing me would break me. She didn't know I'd already built my escape. I'm Addison Walker, 31, a marketing strategist in Spokane, Washington. 6 years ago, I joined Harbor Point Communications, pouring my heart into their success. On a crisp Tuesday morning, Victoria, my boss, summoned me to her office. Her mahogany desk gleamed, a cold barrier between us. "You've betrayed us," she said, voice sharp as glass, holding a printed email. "You interviewed at North Bay Solutions. Pack your things." My hands gripped my purse, steadying my shock. I'd tripled my client portfolio, brought in millions, earned every major account's trust. Yet here I was, accused of disloyalty for seeking a better future. "Security will escort you," Victoria added, sliding my ID across the desk. 3 years I'd stood in this office, presenting my achievements, begging for a raise. 3 years of tight budgets, while she announced record profits. I stood, smoothed my blazer, and met her gaze. "I wish Harbor Point success," I said, offering a handshake she barely took. Her confusion flickered. She'd expected tears, not composure. At my desk, under a guard's watchful eye, I packed 6 years into a box. Photos of my parents, a cactus I'd nursed since my first day. Colleagues glanced over, worried, but I smiled. No drama, just dignity. Walking out, April sun warming my face, I felt a shift. Victoria thought she'd punished me. She'd set me free. My phone buzzed. "David, CEO of North Bay Solutions. Can we meet today, 2 p.m.? I grinned. She had no idea what was coming. Fresh out of Washington State University, I'd started at Harbor Point making coffee runs. I stayed late, tackled tough projects, won over impossible clients. By year 2, I managed mid-tier accounts. By year 4, I led North Bay, our biggest client. They accounted for 30% of Harbor Point's revenue, and David trusted me implicitly. "Your instincts are unmatched," he'd said after I saved a botched campaign. Their contract doubled under my care, but my paycheck stayed flat. My first raise request came after that win, armed with undeniable numbers. "Budgets are tight," Victoria said, her regret rehearsed.
I believed her then. The economy was shaky. The next year, I won an industry award and landed 3 major clients. Next year, she promised, driving a new SUV to work. Harbor Point expanded, leasing a new floor, while I got excuses. 6 months ago, after boosting North Bay's contract by 40%, I asked again. "Investing in infrastructure," she said, "maybe in summer." That night, something snapped. Not anger, self-respect. I updated my resume, not for revenge, but to honor my worth. I contacted David discreetly, exploring roles at North Bay. I planned to give notice once I had an offer, but Victoria found out first. At home, my box of desk relics sat on the counter. Unemployment hit hard, a weight in my chest. My phone rang, Olivia, my best friend. "Thomas heard, are you okay?" Thomas, Harbor Point's IT guy, spread news fast. "It's unfair," Olivia fumed. "You carried North Bay, Victoria's just threatened by you." She wasn't wrong. Victoria, once a star account manager, craved the spotlight. She'd hover in my North Bay meetings stealing credit. "They don't deserve you," Olivia said. Another call beeped. "David." I switched over. "I heard about Harbor Point," he said. "Can you meet at 2 p.m.? My pulse quickened. "Absolutely." "Things work out," he added. I hung up feeling lighter. I dressed in my sharpest suit, the one for big pictures. In the mirror I saw strength, not defeat. Victoria's betrayal stung, but it clarified my path. I'd given Harbor Point loyalty, late nights, creativity, unrewarded, no more. I'd never again pour myself into those who undervalued me. North Bay's headquarters sparkled, all glass and mountain views. Unlike Harbor Point's dated beige walls, it buzzed with modern energy. In the elevator, I rehearsed my pitch, professional, not bitter. David greeted me at the 30th floor, warm and direct. "Thanks for coming, Addison," he said, leading me to his office. It was simple, inviting, unlike Victoria's showy space. Over coffee, he got to the point. "Victoria called. She's taking over North Bay's account." I nodded, hiding my irritation. Of course she'd try to claim them. "We've had concerns," David said. "Delays, quality issues, except with you." My work had driven 23% above projections, but Harbour Point took it for granted. "3 months ago, our board wanted new marketing partners," David continued. "I resisted because of you. Your understanding of our brand is unmatched." My heart raced. Was this what I thought? "When you reached out about roles, it was perfect timing," he said. "We weren't poaching. We'd have waited for your notice." "I plan to give 2 weeks," I assured him. He smiled, sliding a document over. "This isn't an interview, it's an offer. Director of Client Strategy, leading a team, managing all marketing partnerships." The salary stopped me cold, nearly double my Harbour Point pay, more than I'd dared ask for. "This is generous," I said. "It's market rate for your talent," David corrected. "Sometimes you leave to learn your worth." I took the offer home, signed it, knowing I'd accept. Taking time was a courtesy, a nod to professionalism. Texts poured in from Harbour Point colleagues, shocked at my firing. Thomas wrote, "Victoria's preaching loyalty. Everyone sees the irony." Jessica, the receptionist, texted, "Victoria's stressed, making calls all day. She feared losing North Bay." I didn't reply. No need to gloat. My focus was forward. Then a call from an unknown number, Elaine Winters, Harbour Point board member. "I understand there was an incident," she said. "Can we meet tomorrow?" Victoria had acted without board approval, and North Bay's hesitation spooked them. "I've accepted another position," I said, firm but polite. "Where?" she pressed. I deflected. "It's not appropriate to share." She offered reinstatement, a raise, a title. Too late. "It's not just money," I said. "It's respect, recognizing worth before someone leaves." "Meet us anyway," she urged. I agreed, for closure, not return. At 9 a.m. I entered Harbour Point as a visitor. Jessica whispered, "Everyone knows this was wrong. You were the best." Her words warmed me. In the conference room, Elaine waited alone. No Victoria, a private meeting. "Your file shows 6 years of excellence," she said, flipping through papers. 3 denied raises, no justification for your termination." I raised an eyebrow. The term was disloyalty. Elaine's lips twitched. Interesting, given the context. She offered reinstatement, a 10% raise, a senior title. Generous, but hollow after years of neglect. "I've signed elsewhere," I said. "North Bay, starting Monday." Her eyes widened slightly. "Victoria fears losing them." "That's for North Bay to decide," I replied, neutral. "What could we have done?" she asked. "Value me before I looked elsewhere," I said. "Loyalty goes both ways." She nodded, thoughtful. "Fair, I wish you success." Leaving Harbour Point, I felt unburdened, not their second chance, but mine, to reclaim my story. Monday, I started at North Bay, my office bright with windows. David introduced me to my team, 5 sharp marketers under my lead. "You know Addison's work," he told them. "She's why we're lucky." In a boardroom, executives asked my input. "We're reviewing Harbour Point's contract," the CFO said. "It's up next month." My perspective mattered, they said, given my history. I could have pushed for revenge, urged cutting Harbour Point. It would have hurt Victoria. 30% of their revenue gone, but that wasn't me. Revenge is fleeting, professionalism lasts. "Evaluate them like any partner," I said. "Their work's strong, but consistency matters." A week later, North Bay emailed Harbour Point, ending their contract. Not my doing, I'd stepped back to avoid bias. The email was crisp. We're moving to Meridian Creative. Addison will oversee the transition. Victoria's shock must have been seismic. She'd lost me, then North Bay. Jessica messaged on LinkedIn, "Office is chaos, Victoria's scrambling." 3 colleagues updated their resumes. Karma moved fast. I replied simply, "Thanks for your kindness, Jessica. Best wishes." No gloating, just focus on my team, my new role. A year later, North Bay thrived, my leadership shaping their brand. Harbour Point struggled, losing more clients. Victoria's firing wasn't punishment, it was liberation. She thought she'd broken me. Instead, she launched my triumph. When loyalty isn't returned, don't wait for change. Seek those who see your worth. Build your success. Where did you find your value? What's your next step?